May the 25th is right around the corner, and it's a day that I've been excited for, and it's a day that I've been dreading, and dreading for a long time. Not necessarily just today, but the concept of what the day could be. I started in the wrestling business on April the 19th, 2001, when my dad pushed me through the doors of the FWA Academy in Portsmouth, and knowing that it was my dream to become a wrestler, he made me go. And I tried to weasel my way out of it because I was a scared 15-year-old kid, and I'd been 15 for 5 days. So I was a young kid who had a dream, but without my dad pushing me through, I wouldn't have started. Wrestling has always been there for me. No matter how bad life has gotten, no matter how good life has gotten, I've always had wrestling to be there for me, to keep me busy, to keep me occupied, to continue to be my dream and to be a labour of love. It's given me the most incredible life that I've ever been able to have. And potentially the 25th of May may be the last time that I ever step foot between the ropes as a wrestler. And there's a whole lot of emotions go with that. 2 years ago, I could barely walk. And I didn't know why. I knew my knees were bad. I knew they kept popping out of place. I knew they kept rubbing together. I didn't know what was going on. And I'd been going to doctors for years who had told me that, quite simply, there was nothing wrong. Or they didn't know what was wrong. Or I was imagining it. Or my knee didn't dislocate. Everything. It actually took a nurse who could see how worried I was, how concerned I was, and how just broken I was, to recommend going to a specialised sports clinic in East Tamaki in Auckland. And it's the best decision that I've ever made, or ever had, and the best thing that forever. They knew, or they treated me so unbelievably well. And not only did they treat me really well, but they acted really quickly. On my initial consultation day, I had x-rays, I had an MRI, and a doctor and a physio appointment, all within the span of the first 4 hours of being there. After about a month and a half of appointments, initial physio, seeing what I could do with my knees, which was not very much at the time, I had a discussion with the surgeon who had a solution for me. So what I have is bilateral posterior meniscus root tears, which I would come to find out means that the inner part of my meniscus is not there anymore. And it's basically an inoperable thing. And it's caused from being bow-legged. So being bow-legged and gaining some weight over the years has caused my inner meniscus to completely erode away, basically. And the wrestling injuries along the way with my knees have sped up that process. There is a surgical option where they effectively cut part of my leg bone out and put a 3D printed plate in, and it shifts the weight to the outer meniscus, which is perfectly fine. But that's a year recovery per leg, best case scenario. So it's obviously a big thing and a big decision. But after that, I would be perfectly fine, which is crazy. The other option was to lose weight, and I lost 25 kilos in 3 months, a year and a half ago, in order to be able to get back in the ring, which I did for the Fale Dojo in January of 2024. And I had a great 4-month run. I wrestled every week for the dojo, and some of the Hughes Academy shows as well. And then I broke my patella, which was a complete freak accident, nothing to do with my knee issues whatsoever, just an accident, which happened. The weight that put on my shoulders, or I felt was on my shoulders from that, was huge. And I put back on some of the weight, not all of the weight, but some of the weight that I had lost. Because, depression is a horrible thing. So now I sit here having somebody who was supposed to be my friend, somebody who was supposed to be along with this journey for me, decide that he's going to come out and attack me while I'm trying to work through what could possibly be the next step for me in the ring, if in the ring at all. Not only did he come out and attack me, but he attacked me so violently and without any kind of remorse that he cut me open and left me bloodied in the ring. And for somebody who over the years has had a lot of attention, a lot of time, and somebody who I considered family is brutal. It's a horrible thing to have somebody like that turn their back on you. So, a bit before I'm ready, I'm coming back. I'm gonna be wrestling Spartan on the 25th of May at the Kumu Community Centre, a venue which I love, a venue which has really welcomed the Hughes Academy into it and our shows. And our shows have only grown massively since being there. And I don't know if this show is going to be my last, or if it's going to be the beginning of a new Graham Hughes. I have absolutely no idea. All I know is that it's scary. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm dreading it all in the same turn. So, yeah. Come to the show, see what could potentially be my last match, and enjoy the wrestling.